Hello, beginning linear algebra students. I'm using section 1.2 of Linear Algebra with Applications, which is an open educational resource that you can find by clicking on the link that I will post below the video. Page 19, exercise 1.2.18. I walked through in a previous video using Gaussian elimination, and we ended up with the answer right here. Remember, it was from this horrible story problem. So, in Desmos, if I can find equations, then that gives me a matrix. And if I can find a matrix, then I can put into Desmos.com and find a solution. So, let me show you how this is done. Okay, this is Desmos.com. Go ahead and raise up the screen. www.desmos.com. And I'm telling you right now, you don't have to log in or even sign up for Desmos. It's free. So, math tools, matrix calculator. I'm going to tell it I need a new matrix, and it'll give me a standard 2x2. So, matrices are described by rows and columns. Rows have one syllable, columns have two, so rows come first and columns come second. So I always have to draw myself a picture. Columns go up and down, so these have got to be the rows. So if I come back to the PowerPoint I used, I've got 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So I need to add a row and add 2 columns. The first number, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So I'm going to hit on the keyboard 1, tab, 2, tab. Okay. So that one was easy. Now we've got 5, 1, -4, and 0. So 5, tab, 1, tab, -4, and 0. Just double checking. 5, 1, -4, 0. -6, +2, +2, 0. So -6, tab, 2, 2, 0. I'm just going to hit enter, and there it is. And I usually just double check that, yep, it is there, and it looks just like the matrix we had with the previous video. So, hit enter, and I'm ready to rock and roll with this matrix. To get the answers, 1 equals, x equals this, or a equals this, or b equals this. Reduced row echelon form. All I need to do is tell it the matrix name, and boom. So first variable equals 0.25. So if I come here, answer in the back of the book was 5/20, which actually boils down to 0.25. It's 1/4. And 7/20 is 0.35, because just multiply top and bottom by 5, and you'll see that you've got 100 on the bottom and 35 on the top. So that's 0.35. And the last one was 8/20. I do the same, multiply top and bottom by 5. So I'll have 40/100, or 0.40. Okay, if I really need fractions, I think I can get that. Dun, 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 dun. Or maybe not. Okay, I don't see it on this one. So I'm just going to hit enter, and I'll pull up the textbook and put in a new matrix. Okay, this one is example 1.2.3, and this has 1, 2, 3 columns, rows, sorry, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So I'd like to have a new matrix that has 3 rows and 5 columns. See if I can make this a little bit smaller. And I move this over. Come on. Okay. So I can just almost barely see it. Okay, so 1 tab, -2, -1, 3, 1, 2, -4, 1, 0, 5, 1, -2, 2, -3, and 4. I'll hit enter. It looks the same. I don't even have to pull it up to double check. On the calculator I usually do. But this one just shows it. So I'll do it again. Reduced row echelon form of matrix B. And I've got an answer right here. Now, 0 equals 0, which is fine. It just means we're going to have some interesting answers. So if we come down to the answer right here, on the next page we have zeros. 1, -2, 1, 1, -2, 0, 1, 2. And this is the answer we basically come up with. So the last variable, well, actually the last equation didn't give us any information. So we're going to have 2 variables that we know about, and then the other 2 are going to have to be parameters. Okay, so x2 and x4, we just gave them labels of s and t, which means x3 is 1 plus 2t, and x1 would be that 2 plus 2s, and then that would be a minus t right there. So s and t are arbitrary, and x1 and x2 have a combination of s and t.